Hello everybody. Just going to do another brief video for the fishing show. I'm just fishing for salmon today, and I've been here a few hours waiting for the tide to come in. The tide's just turned, and it's got to early afternoon, and the notorious northeaster has just got up, and there's probably 4 or 5 anglers with me. I'm fishing on my own. They've actually gone home because the conditions have got so bad. So we're fishing in the gut. The sea's got bigger and it's building, and I do apologise for the wind, but I'm trying to shelter the camera from the wind, so just bear with me. So what I've done, I've gone fishing with 2 setups. I'm using a 9-foot rod and a Daiwa 7HT mag reel. Now this reel has got magnetic brakes on it, on the spool, so when I cast, it prevents, or tries to prevent, overrun. So it's got a magnetic dial on the side there, so I've got it on to max at the minute, so it's got maximum grippage on the spool, so it's helping me during these conditions. Now I've got I've got a fixed spool set up, and I've been using that, and it's a lot lighter to use and a lot nicer, and I was using it this morning, but now this wind's got up, I started getting the dreaded wind knots. So this video, I'm going to title this how to prevent wind knots, and my strategy is to avoid it completely. It's like as soon as you start getting wind knots, the reason why we're getting wind knots because there's a lot of wind coming behind the cast. We've got a bit of a crosswind. It's actually a northeaster from where I'm sort of standing, but what it does, it picks up the line off your spool and causes this dreaded wind knot. So two choices: you either go to some braid a lot lighter diameter and just hope that works, and I do find that's a lot better for wind knots. But what I've actually done while the wind is up like this, I've actually put that setup away, and I've gone to my my multiplier outfit, where I can actually control the speed of which the line comes off the reel. So I can also use my thumb a little bit as well, because it's so windy. Even my magnetic brakes with this light lure on, this 22 gram lure, the weight of this is not fast enough, or the distance I'm looking to cast is not great enough for it to come off at the spool at the right speed. So what I actually happen to do, I've got the brakes on full, I'm actually using my thumb to slow down the spool. But what is actually happening is, I'm actually, while people have actually gone home, I'm managing to carry on fishing. A, it increases my chance of a fish, and in this situation. B, I haven't got to pack up and go home. I can just carry on as I was, and I'm fishing just as effectively as I was earlier on. So this is a video is just to explain to you how the conditions can make it difficult, and the importance of bringing enough different types of tackle with you when you do go down fishing, that you can adapt and change, so you can carry on fishing regardless of the conditions. So this outfit is primarily is a surf casting sort of rod, so it's designed for casting lures. It's not really designed for what I'm actually doing, but it works. It's still a very light setup, and it works just as effectively. And so this video really is just a little bit of advice concerning wind knots. If you're casting into a light wind, you don't generally get wind knots. If you've got a lot of strong wind, it just takes it off the spool in a clump, so to speak, and slows your fishing down to a point where it's just an absolute nightmare. And some of the wind knots can be quite difficult to get out. You can just pull them, but some of them just sort of grip. And if you carry on fishing with a wind knot in your line, I can guarantee you, after about 2 or 3 casts, you'll get another wind knot will build on that, and it will just get worse and worse and worse. So it's a very tricky phenomenon, but the way to mitigate it is to have different tools with you, and I'm mitigating it by putting that setup away, and I'm fishing with a multiplier where I can control the speed at which the line comes off the spool. Okay, so that's just another tip there for you. And yep, I will catch up with you later. If you can please subscribe, and there'll be many more videos coming online. All right, thanks guys, cheers.